secretary's job.
Oh, okay. I thought you were the chair.
You were the chair last year, so you're
I
still
thought
the
I
chair.
expired, when I.
Not until your successor is sworn.
All right.
You got my vote.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. All right, we ready to carry the roll?
We are ready.
Okay. So I'll call our Board of Selectmen meeting with the Budget Committee to order at 5 p.m. on April 13th, and I can't stand if you would allow me that. Jeff, would you lead us in the pledge?
Yes, sir. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'll turn it over to you.
Call the budget committee to order.
Oh, we didn't have any adjustments. No.
And the floor is open for nominations for chair.
I nominate Walter.
A second.
Are there any more?
No, you're very popular. It's time.
All in favor?
Uh,
Yeah, that's
Nominations for secretary.
Eddie and I would like to do what we did
Split.
last year and be co-secretaries.
Okay. Is there a motion?
So me,
Is it- Let's second that.
thank you.
All in favor?
Oh, yes, Adrian.
Adrian?
Yeah,
Hi.
Motion for control.
we just elected Walt.
Rachel.
Go ahead.
Yeah, welcome, and let's do a round of introductions. I'm Walter Wrights, newly elected chair of the budget committee.
Just happened.
Okay, my name is Adrian Hoydonk. I live on 56 Village Road, right downtown. Lived here for 38 years now. You be there?
Do you mind spelling your name for me, Adrian?
Adrian, last name Hooydonk.
Harry?
Terry Bates.
Yep.
Deputy. Town clerk.
Susan.
Who are you? I thought you were gonna know.
I did, I said
Oh,
Susan,
sorry.
no, I know Adrian, he knows me.
John North Graves.
I wonder if he doesn't know whether it's his sister or his niece.
That's right.
I'm John Spear, Chair of the Select Board.
Kate Green, co-secretary, and can I just check this one more time? Adrian, Adrian. Hoydonk.
Hoydonk, Hoydonk. Just the way it sounds.
Hoydonk, okay, got it.
I'm Sandra Wallace, co-secretary.
Okay.
Linda Maltese.
Okay.
Rachel Snow. Nice to see you.
How are you?
Okay. Okay, so I can't remember how we did this last year. Whether you led the conversation as the chair, whether we presented and.
Who presented, I know, because I have the budget.
Okay,
I have the notes open from last. year.
so do we wanna take it to administration and turn it over to Harry? Well, I would assume, or you, or do you wanna do
I was gonna do just a very brief.
okay,
I was gonna ask that you have.
All right, let's do that then.
Overview.
yeah,
Comments.
So overall, if I can find it here, and if I can see it, the budget that is in front of you right now, as far as expenses, is up 4.4% from last year. So not a very large increase, but
An increase.
yeah, but it makes sense. But we have, last year we used $80,000 in grant money to offset.
Hold on, you can't do that.
You gotta leave it open.
You gotta leave it open. The public meeting, we can't be,
Yeah.
sorry.
So they can shut their door out there.
Yeah, they can shut their door, but. Sorry.
Yeah, but last year we had over $80,000 in grant money that was applied to our expenses, and we also applied $85,000 in surplus. And so right now, it looks like our actual apportionment to be raised in taxes just for our budget is going to be up about 25%.
Wow.
Yep. The,
Does that include the school?
no. So if I crank in the school's expected budget and the county's expected budget, and I crank in the increase in our appraisal value, which is anticipated, we're gonna be up probably a little less than 3% in what we end up taxing individuals. We would need another $160,000 in surplus right now to get us even with last year. So, but there's a lot of assumptions in there. Assumption one is what the appraisal value is. Assumption two is what the county's value is or cost is gonna be, and they have not completed that. They won't complete that till the end of this month. And they're in the middle of it this week. And the other is we're not positive on the schools. I cranked in what was in the paper yesterday or Friday, which was an 8.1% increase for us. And so there are a lot of increases in this that raise my eyebrows, primarily the ambulance. And you'll see that.
Attention getter.
Yep. And it's not inconsistent with previous years. The ambulance cost has gone up every year for the last 5 years, maybe even longer than that. Everything else is fairly level with some modest increases. But that kind of drives it. It drives our portion of the budget. Did you have anything you wanted to add? Yes, sir.
When you said the appraisal, is that gonna be done in time for?
It won't.
Setting of an order?
No, what I used is an anticipation of an increase. And I think we will see an increase in our appraisal, because we have had a lot of permits for new houses and buildings, and so even without the reeval.
So
I
I think
think-
factor again.
Yeah.
It's fitting that.
Yeah.
Well, when we factor, that'll add to the valuation too, if we do factor.
What's that?
Never mind.
You mean the reeval?
I'm getting way down in the weeds, never mind.
Well, the reeval won't be done till
I know,
next
but if
year.
we factor again, that increases with it.
Yeah, if we do.
Yeah, I know, and that's to be determined, but.
And the other thing is, this year, unlike previous years, I didn't use any surplus. This past year, we were tight on the budget frequently, on expenditures, and had to delay some payouts. And I think it was because we just got too low on the surplus. We cut too deep last year. I like using surplus. I don't like having a big surplus, but it allows us to have the cash flow month to month. And so we probably went a little bit lower. I think we were about 10% and probably dipped down below 10% in surplus. And I still think 10% to 12% is the right figure.
Did you have to do any TANs?
Hmm?
Did you have to do
No,
TANs
we
this year?
didn't do any TAN this year. We just delayed some expenditures. The other thing we did this year that we're probably not gonna do in the future is we pay we put money into the reserves, and we've already done that. And the reality is we can put the money into the reserves at the very end of the year. We don't have to do it at the beginning of the year. So that, I think, increased a little bit on our cash flow issues. But we'll have the opportunity to apply surplus once we set the mill rate, which won't be for a couple months. And then we'll actually have what the school is, we'll have what the county is, and we'll have what the actual appraisal value is gonna be. So we'll have a better picture of what the mill rate will end up being and whether we'll also have the surplus. We're not positive what the surplus is because we haven't finished the year. That's about the only disadvantage to go into the July to June fiscal year is that when we did it before, we were doing it about the same time, a little earlier, but not much. And we had the end of the year data, so we knew what the surplus was. Now we don't. We're still waiting for the numbers to come in.
Linda, did I cut you off?
No, what are?
Questions?
Oh,
Go ahead.
Tax anticipation notes.
10%. What, sorry.
Of our total.
Tax anticipation,
Of our,
you just asked what it means.
Of our total expenditures.
thank you.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have answered the question. The tax anticipation notes,
No,
hands.
So you said, did you have to use TANs this year? Tax anticipation notes, in what way would you use tax anticipation?
In previous years, prior to going to the July to June, we would borrow money from the bank in anticipation of getting the taxes. That's why it's called a tax anticipation note. So since we've gone to the July to June time period, we have not had to do that. And the other part of it is we're collecting money twice a year. We're doing it in April or October and April. We get the money quicker into our coffers. So since we have gone to July to June FY, we have not had to use a TAN. We haven't borrowed money to pay our bills. We did borrow money this last year to purchase the fire truck, but we borrowed it from ourselves. So some of our reserve accounts, we ended up taking money out of it to pay for the truck. And now you'll see that we do have a debt service, but that money is going back into the reserves that we pulled. Again, get everything? No, we'll get everything. We'll go through that thing. Yeah. Yeah,
That's one good thing about recordings on Zoom, you can go back and see,
yeah.
catch those numbers.
Yeah.
So you're up, Terry.
I don't remember how we did this, do you want me to go down line by line? I do have a couple of,
I'd do major changes.
okay,
You know, what's driving it, which is wages and salaries. And what are the major changes and let people ask specific questions
major changes, they don't have a town administrator. But
at the moment.
that cut, well.
Oh, we don't-
not have a town administrator, that cut a lot, but we don't have the health insurance for that. I do have one question for the board. We discussed payroll outsourcing, but no decision has been made, but do we want to put it in the budget in case we do go with it?
I think we probably ought to.
Okay.
That's my personal opinion, but again, it's.
Well, I think we probably ought to, because I think you two are in favor of it. So,
Okay.
Yeah. And what she's talking about is that the amount of effort that goes into preparing the checks for payroll and the laws that govern what you can and can't do and what you have to take out and what you don't have to take out are changing. And we just don't have the wherewithal to keep doing it the way we're doing it. Matter of fact, one of the things you'll find in this is that the last couple of years, we've been paying firefighters for overtime. Well, actually, the law allows us not to pay them overtime unless they go over 53 hours a week. And we've been paying them overtime for 40 just because we didn't know that there was an exception in the law. But there are probably a myriad of those kind of things. The new law on the time off that we have to do, we were probably 6 months to a year behind getting that instituted. And if we had a third party doing it for us, they would have known what the law was and made it happen, so.
Adrian, so you have a learning curve. The rest of us veterans think we know everything.
Okay,
So please ask any questions.
okay, I
For
will,
details.
when I get that right.
Give it a go, Terry.
So if we could jump right to that, under contracted services, I would add payroll outsourcing. And the cost would be $8,430. So I'm adding it to the line right now, so I could tell you how much that line will be.
We're adding it.
We're adding it.
Oh,
a new thing, a new line. A new
Yeah,
line.
new line.
And how much
Contract
was that again?
services.
$8,430.
8,340. 430.
If my computer added
Payroll
right,
outsourcing.
if my computer added right, which it didn't because it's less, so something went wrong.
Well, what was the line gonna be called? Payroll.
Payroll
outsourcing. That's
Where are we putting that?
so his numbers under department heads. Or what? No,
It's under
contract
contracted services.
No, budget on over. It goes under the department heads column, the money.
Oh,
No.
No,
Select
under
board.
It's
contract.
gonna go under
services.
budget, under the
Oh,
budget.
you're, she's asking about.
Budget.
Select board, yeah.
Are you gonna add it to the select board and then move it over to the budget?
And how much was it? 8430. Okay.
Huh? Well, we finalized the select board budget, we just
Right,
adjust
so we're
that.
adding this
So
to
it's
the
going to the budget.
budget line,
It's budget.
budget column,
Yes.
Well, that depends on, that says budget committee, doesn't it?
yes.
So that depends on whether they vote, what they vote. I think aren't we adjusting the select board's budget?
Okay, that's what we'll do.
Aren't we? I mean, that's what we're proposing. We haven't involved them in the discussion at all.
So that brings the total to 60,611.
Contract service.
Contracted services.
the total for the administrative.
We'll see the.
I have one more thing to add.
Oh,
What was that to add to that?
Chief.
Page one, contract services.
So today I got a letter from our IT guy, Gus. And he is raising the cost of the antivirus program, going from $250 a computer to $899 a month. So that's gonna add under other software programs. That is going to add $935.
Total.
So you wanna adjust the select board budget by
Yeah.
adding,
Yeah,
Did he say why such a huge jump?
there's been issues with the antivirus app that the program that they use, and he feels this one is more secure for municipal purposes and.
Is that under tech support?
So what's, do you know what the current one is and what that is going to?
The current one, I think, is Bit Defender, and the
Is it?
new one is
Just other stuff.
Huntress.
Increasing this. I get this clarified. We're on other software programs.
Yes, we're gonna add $935 to that.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. That makes that total $7,040. So that makes the contracted services total $61,546.
Terry, just to, tomorrow, are you gonna give us new sheets?
I can.
So that, we don't have to read our own writing,
Yes, I can reprint the admin one.
figure out what column is what. Thank you.
So it makes the total at the bottom 276,473.
What was all, the last six?
473.
473.
So may I ask a question?
Mhm.
Sorry, so I understand 25, 26. Oh, looks fine for the town administrator, because there wasn't one, but there's someone will be hired.
No,
So-
for town administrator.
No longer.
No, I can't find anybody.
The position doesn't exist.
But we have a town clerk, a treasurer, and a tax collector.
Okay,
And we've just hired a new town clerk.
okay.
Yeah, we've tried several occasions to hire a town administrator, and it just doesn't work out. We're not big enough to pay, salary that would attract someone who's, I don't know, capable. And when we do get someone, it seems as though, they want to use it as a stepping stone to something bigger. So I think we're better off with our local talent.
Terry, so Trio Web is just the change to the hosting of Trio, the financial package. It's not something else is coming when the appraiser, we move from vision to something else, right? And is that in here?
That's a recessing product.
Okay,
Yes, that's just moving the current platform we're on, SQL, they're no longer gonna support as of December 31st. So reluctantly, we're moving to Trio Web.
yeah, they have the corner on the main market and it's not a very good, yeah.
There's no options.
Well, the bigger cities and towns use that, what is it called? Can't remember, Munis, but it's not user friendly for us. Little places like that, it's more like Portland and,
At the registry, when we send in, this is under lien costs, when we send in liens and then we release liens, it used to be $19 a page and now it's 25. That's why there's an increase in under lien costs for this year.
Questions?
Yeah, for the select board chair, it looks like the suggestion was around $3,000 and you guys changed it to $2,000. Is there a reason?
yeah. Jeff suggested we take the money that in total that we had last year and divide it by 5 instead of 3. And Sue and I agreed.
Oh, okay, for the new folks that
Yeah.
are maybe.
So in other words,
too.
with basically the same money, just split 5 ways as opposed to 3 ways, so.
Okay, got
Took it right out of my pocket.
All right, can I have a motion for preliminary approval of the admin budget 26,743, is that right?
276.
276?
Yes.
Not 267. Okay,
Motion to preliminarily approve the total administration budget to 276,473.
so second,
Second.
discussion. All in favor? So Adrian, we do a preliminary approval for every category that we go through, and then on Thursday night, we'll change that to the real thing, because that leaves us open for changes along the way. Buildings and grounds.
Reserve.
Oh, the reserve, yes. Thank you, Bill. is on page 37.
I think the only thing under administration is the leave out, right?
Right,
Yeah,
we didn't put anything in there.
and we're putting nothing in it
Okay.
because we're spending from it. We're gonna do the leave out.
So the current balance is the 121, 169,
Correct.
and how much are they charging us?
I didn't.
It's all right. It's gonna drain that reserve plus though, right?
Yeah,
Yes, but over a 2-year period.
Right, okay.
So.
So because you're taking out, we're not putting in. I call that the Moira rule.
We didn't put in last year.
so we gotta remember then, when she does the audit, if we didn't put it in last year, we need to carry. No, we spent money, right? We spent it all, that we budgeted,
Yes,
okay, cause they're late.
Actually, a little less.
a little less.
I think a little less. I don't.
Well, if that's the case, we should carry that balance forward at the end of the year then,
Yeah,
or it's gonna go in the general surplus. Cause, right, well, we can deal with that later, but. We need to remember that.
All right.
Yeah.
Ready for buildings and grounds?
Did we want to vote, or are we just gonna vote on all the essential ones?
I don't think we have to move.
No,
We didn't do anything.
There's no action.
There's a,
Meeting zero is not an action, okay?
like,
Well, you can always make a motion to put in $1,000,000 or something.
people overwhelmed.
But do recall Jeff's opening remarks before you do that.
trying to figure out what the big change was in building and grounds.
It doesn't seem to be.
And it's the internet, the internet Guilford Butler is added to, dues fees and that.
Can you say that again? Sorry, again, where?
Where are we?
Okay, got it.
Dues fees, I was trying to figure out what because the building and grounds budgets hasn't really changed a lot, but when I looked at the bottom line, there was a change, and it's the building, it's the internet down at Guilford Butler has increased the internet website line. And
So is that,
because in October, when we go to web, we have to switch to fiber up here, so that will also increase our internet costs up here.
That's happening this year.
In October. Which, maybe we should have been in fiber a long time ago, but I think that's the biggest change here.
This is the last year of our mowing contract, correct?
That is correct.
do you anticipate spending up to the $10,000 of facility maintenance?
So is the possibility.
Well, I encourage, actually,
You what?
I encourage,
The biggest problem I think we have
Spending
is
on
we
maintenance.
don't have a maintenance person. that
Yeah.
You can say, hey, can you go out and do this?
Yeah, I have 4 or 5 projects that David Moore is supposed to be working on. Supposed to be is the operative word. I don't think they're gonna come to $10,000, but, it's hard just getting people to.
yeah.
Plus, that probably doesn't include the, expenses for, the bunk room, right?
What's in this year?
No, under the actuals,
Oh, no, the actual,
Yeah.
that's what it's gonna go.
cause that was kind of your question, right, whether we're gonna spend it this
Yeah.
year.
We need to get those front steps fixed too.
Yeah. And we gotta get those things, the insurance company listed about the, this Danish hovel out there shed.
Oh, I don't know anything about that.
You don't? Oh. Anyways,
We'll talk about it.
I have a
I
question.
mean, there's 100 things we could do. I mean, the back ramp at Guilford Butler, I don't know if anyone's seen it, but it's collapsed, someone could break an ankle in there really easy. And that's one of the projects David's supposed to do. It's not expensive.
Down the basement.
Yeah, the basement. But, I mean, I look around the gutter here and the downspout separated from the gutter and. But I'm not in a position to climb on ladders these days, so.
Kate,
Yeah, new generator installation, looks like we've spent money, already this year, is there, it's not in the budget because you don't expect anything further to happen, or should there be like money earmarked there?
Where are you, Kate?
Under contract services, new generator installation. Looks like
Down toward the bottom of the
we
floor.
paid 2756.
Right, that was a one-time cost to install the new
yes,
generator.
install them. Install them.
Right, but you don't.
You have money to maintain it. in an early
Generator
run.
maintenance up above, yeah.
So we have two generators, one here, and one at the libraries.
This is very
One at the libraries on a separate budget.
Sorry, I'm confused by the thing,
sorry.
over $5,000 a year on the internet.
It's $178 a month. And it's not just the internet, there's the websites in there. There should be an explanation down at the bottom. Living local is $55 for 6 months, and then it'll be $60 for 6 months. Web calendar is $140 for an annual fee. Currently Spectrum is $110, but then we're gonna have to switch to Fidium, which is $178 for a month. Fidium at Guilford Butler is $178 a month. We have a domain fee of $40. We have to make our website ADA compliant by April 2027, and that is going to cost us $160 for a setup fee and $490 a year, and GoDaddy is $139. Okay.
And that's the big jump, the new requirement that the state and feds are putting on it.
Find the line. Oh, wait a minute, I think I just did. Let's see, okay.
Line 06 on
Yes,
page
yeah.
30.
This, I'm not finding me.
What?
You said there was an explanation for us.
At the bottom, at the
spectrum.
Page 11.
So it should be, oh, okay, found it.
Yeah, and for all of you, almost all of the budgets have got the second or behind the regular budget, there's a separate lines that go into more detail on and justification for the amount that's in the budget.
Fidium 178.
Yeah,
what's
that
your-
seems high.
That seems really high. Is that because of we're
because it's a
business?
business,
Is what?
The business,
business.
or they view it as a business.
A town, a public
Yeah.
government?
they're-
Government is a business.
They're the only ones that have fiber.
Yes. Out here.
Yeah.
And that's right.
ADA. I'm curious as to the internet meeting ADA.
Yeah, new requirement will probably be behind the 8 ball on that.
No, I'm just, I know what ADA means and whatnot, and I would just, then would have put it with the internet.
Well, because if you, I don't know for how you use the internet when you're blind, but you do. And it reads it to you.
Okay,
I heard it on NPR the other day. It was explaining how wonderful it was.
So there's a picture of 3 people
It will
on our
tell you.
website And it has to say, the same thing you could get looking at it, it has to explain that in verbiage that they can hear. Picture of 4 people from the select board, if the names are available, you put them in there, so.
It's good to know.
Yeah, well, the county went through it a few years ago and it was painful and expensive.
And I'm sorry, but what is GoDaddy?
A hosting, the host service, yeah.
It's a domain.
I can't believe it, didn't know that. You're a wonk, you're a tech wonk.
So what does Stream Local do if we use GoDaddy as our host? What does Stream Local do? Do you know?
Local owns the application.
They built it.
They built it
Okay.
and they
So then we have to pay for it.
have the residual.
I'll bring it up if you want.
Oh, well, then don't,
Yeah.
the longer we go, the less chance there is that people will associate me with it.
Sorry.
Well, and the increasing costs of computers and websites. The county right now, big increase in the county is new computers, new software. They're all coming up with new ways of charging for the software. It used to be you could get one permit that was good for everybody. Now you gotta get every single computer has to have its own separate one. Really
And it's
expensive.
all online.
Yeah. Expanding.
Software as a service, a lot of us made a lot of money doing that.
Who would know that?
Okay, is there a motion to do a preliminary approval of 81,360?
Yeah, I don't know how to say these things. I moved to preliminarily accept the buildings and grounds at 8136.
360.
If that's not right either, 81,360. $81,360.
Second,
Any discussion or other questions?
So practice.
All in favor? Who's next?
Building and
Kevin's next.
the reserves
Oh, the reserve, yeah. And Jeff?
and right now we're proposing 12,500. Previously, we've been putting in 30,000. This will take us up to about 55,000 in the building reserve. 37.
So it's. And if it's doing again, why you don't feel the need for as much?
Because it has been building up and we haven't had this happen.
Getting to the target.
Yeah, so this will put us at 55,000, which is about our target.
Have we ever drawn any of that down?
We have,
Yeah.
we have used, it,
Not,
but yeah.
I can't remember why.
Yeah, okay.
Hey Terry, what do you put this kind of as the, like, last year, we had like line 1156 or something like that here.
Because when I printed it out, lines didn't print, so I couldn't find what to put.
So I'll figure out how are you documenting?
I just used the name.
Yeah, I thought it looked a lot different than last year, it was a lot easier to find stuff.
I don't know why it didn't print them.
Huh?
I don't know why it didn't print them, that's good.
We have a motion to do preliminary approval of the addition of, the movement of 12,500, transfer to, the building reserve.
Second.
Any discussion?
All in favor? Moving right along.
Ah. Down the roads.
Which I didn't do. Jeff,
Oh, we're gonna do assessors?
Yeah,
I'll start.
we started
Yes,
it with
fine.
them.
Yeah.
I have a select board adjustment for this too. I can get back there. When Kevin was in last week. He was pretty stressed. He was getting a lot of visits because of the increase in property values. He's not able to get everything he needs done in 2 days. So he would like to add a day a month,
That's gonna be a big,
which would add $8,160 to his line.
Where does that come?
Under contracted services assessing agent,
Okay, thank you.
Is he doing the 2 days here?
he'll do 2 days here if he adds a day to get more visits in, and so especially with the reval, people are gonna really want more.
So how much would it increase? Can you say that increase again? The,
$8,160. It's $85 an hour, 8-hour day, 12 days.
So that's already factored in, right? That's,
No, we're
no,
adding that.
you're adding that to the 29?
Well,
we haven't yet.
in the select board, just tell him no.
So,
What if he ends up not needing it?
I was, yeah,
Oh, he'll need
I
it.
mean, is it just gonna be, okay, now you have 3 days?
No, I don't, he's, that phone's ringing all the time, he's got tons of messages, tons of emails, he
Okay.
can't get them all. And then people call us, well, Kevin didn't call me back, Kevin didn't set up a visit.
So they're calling now for last year's taxes?
Yeah, people, think,
Or just getting around to it?
oh, I gotta pay my bill, oh, look at it.
Yeah.
Why?
Wow,
Yes, he's got a
this
lot.
should be his quiet time of year. Shouldn't
And
it?
generally it isn't, but this time of year he's catching up on the deeds to put them in so that they can have the value by April 1st.
Plus, there's been a lot of new building and
So we're adding 8,001.
8160,
can't go half a day. Cause that's not very efficient driving from Newport, Maine to here for half a day.
Well, right now he doesn't work both days here, does
right,
he?
he just does,
He just does one.
Yeah,
so then he would just.
she talking here,
Yeah, so he could meet with people.
yeah.
But personally, I was surprised that he left it the same in a year that we're doing a revow. Cause he's gonna be as busy as the company that's doing a revow.
Well, he's contracted at that price, isn't he?
Yeah, for a normal workload, that's his normal workload. I think this year and next year is gonna be an increased workload.
What do you mean by this year? You mean next budget year or the
The
year?
one
we're
the
This
budget
is gonna
grant-
be for,
budget we're
yeah,
hoping at.
not for now, right?
So he's not asking for any time for this year,
No, he's asking to put it
from
in.
July 1st on. Sounds like he needs help this year.
He does.
I will admit, I've had 3 or 4 different people squawk to me about his unresponsiveness.
Yep, me too.
And I said to them, well, he's only budgeted 2 days a week. If you wanna budget him 3, we can pay more money. And they, well, no, I don't want that.
That'll make
And they
my
walked
tax-
away.
that'll make my taxes go up.
Yeah, we can, there's always a solution. It's called money.
so, process question. When we add something like this, it doesn't change the explanation on page whatever that is.
Cause she
No,
didn't
cause
know it,
this is like today's information.
she didn't know it.
Right, so
You could write a little note on
It's
there.
nowhere.
it's not in the notes, it's nowhere.
It's not in the notes now, it's in the minutes though.
Did he
You
know,
go in the
did he
minutes.
know where you were in the budget development process?
No,
He didn't?
no,
Okay. Cause I was gonna say, for crying out loud,
no,
you know, last day.
And you had already added some money in,
Is it a
Correct.
birthday?
good point, though.
yeah,
If we don't factor, cause I added time for factoring, if we don't factor. That I put in $2,040 for factoring,
Right.
24 hours. Are we gonna factor? I mean, we don't know.
we don't know yet.
I think we're gonna have to.
It's fine.
I don't know, I can make the argument that we don't.
Then everybody's gonna get penalized on their homesteads and.
Yep.
I'll explain it and then Jeff correct me.
What's that?
Sorry,
So, for the last 3 years, we have artificially raised everybody's value. In order to conform to the state's version of what our valuation is.
Should be. Yeah. And it doesn't,
And it's called, the exercise is called factoring.
right, and you punish everybody the same.
Right,
So it
we
doesn't.
treat everybody equally unfairly.
Right, right.
Yeah, that's the term.
That's my line.
And I've adopted it, John, and I attribute it to you.
so
But, and if we're below a certain amount, people start losing percentage of their homestead exemption, their veterans exemption. Because they don't reimburse you for, I don't know, how's the easiest way to explain it, my mind isn't what it was.
Yeah, if you are more than 9% off of their figure. Then they use that difference to factor down the amount that you can.
I do remember
Yes.
this conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
So the only people that get punished by that are the year-round residents. Everybody else doesn't get a homestead exemption, so they don't get punished by that. This is too complicated.
It'll all be over in a year.
this agent is requesting another day per week, another day per month.
Month.
Thank you.
No, it isn't.
No, it's not gonna be enough probably to keep up with the flood of complaints.
But hopefully he can defer most of those to the company that's doing the rebound. That would be the design.
Yeah, they should be the front line.
Right.
That's the first place to go.
But they're not gonna do that.
Yeah, but they're gonna go to Harry and then they're gonna go to him and then they'll go to the.
So are we gonna have to factor again this year?
Well,
Because
We don't know,
We haven't had that discussion.
because we haven't seen what the state's number is yet, so we don't know how far off we're
We're
gonna
off.
But if we're off, because the appraisals. The
Well-
rebound won't be ready,
be. Correct.
so. The only reason we wouldn't have to do it is if that miraculously we were under the.
Right.
Well, we don't have to do it.
Yeah, that's right. Traditionally, we've been under the 9. It's only been the last few years.
Right.
And there's a very likely scenario where the sales have dropped off enough in the last year that they look at. That we don't see the skyrocket. But the other thing is that it's a whole lot of effort and issues to do the factoring. And if the impact on those of us with an exemption is small, then I can make the argument that we don't do it. And there have been times in the past where we didn't do it and we had to suck it up.
And most people don't even realize.
And most people don't
exemption
even
went from 25,000 to 24,980.
Right.
They don't even see that on the tax bill.
Their bills.
Uh-huh,
Just write the check.
right. So we
If
have
you
to have,
remember correctly.
that's a decision that'll have to be made at some point.
Yeah.
Before we do the commitment. And we don't even know who's gonna be making that argument at this point, because we got 2 new people.
That's right. There's gonna be 5 people. making it.
Okay. I have a motion to,
Did we add
Have
it?
to do something with the.
We did?
160.
yeah, it makes it 146,917.
So
Okay.
we had the 8160 plus the 2040. Like you mentioned earlier for the
No,
equaling on fair factor or whatever you call it.
Dude, that's in there, isn't it?
That's already in there.
Yeah, we're just adding the 8,100.
60, okay.
Well, Walter, what did you say your number was?
Hold on.
So we're adding that to the selectmen's column.
Yeah.
140.
146,917.
That's what I got.
I got 112, what did I get?
I got 146. 917.
Uh.
Yeah.
How smart are you, Jeff?
Did you find it? Started with 29,240, added 8,160.
You got 37,400.
Mm-hmm.
My computer's not adding right, yes.
Wow.
Is it, did you miss insurance?
146, 112.
Times by the salary.
I have 146, 112. But all I did was add the 8160. To 137, 952.
You have to add it,
You have to add it to 138.
138.
Where's the 138?
Total assessment.
The total.
oh, you guys did that as a whole total, I was just doing.
Ah, there we
Oh,
go.
yeah.
That's the
Same
difference.
little box.
All right, now that we're all on the same page.
Okay.
In the red box.
Thanks, we figured it.
So,
So that was the
Yeah,
exact
sounds like-
contract services.
Gonna make a motion to preliminarily accept the total assessor's budget for 146,917.
Second that.
Any discussion?
At some point, I wanna understand why those with a homestead exemption will suffer more. Wait till another one.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
I wasn't involved in this discussion, but I assume the assessors are, the three of us. I assume that we plan to do the same thing, divided by 5 as opposed to 3.
That was my assumption.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why we didn't
Yeah.
change it at all.
Right.
I don't think we actually verbalized it, but I
Yeah.
just assumed that's what we were gonna do.
assessors is the other piece of your salary.
That's us.
They're the assessors.
I don't know what we do for that money, but.
Yeah, where does that money go?
I'm not,
It
I'm
Because
not,
of you and me.
The paycheck.
I'm not giving my 6 years worth back.
Oh,
I never figured out what
Actually, we
did.
do have to rule on abatement, and
Yeah.
sometimes people might yell at us.
Apparently you have to field complaints.
Yes.
All in favor?
I'm just making sure I added for.
You guys, are you all in favor?
Yes.
Everybody, thank you.
Wow.
There is no reserve, so.
And actually, I think the assessors, the one we did already, the assessor. The
A reval.
revow actually goes under. The assessors, but that's
I think we're.
Buck Snicks. Yeah.
Okay, 26.
Yeah.
So we're gonna compensate the road commissioner at long last, is that what I'm seeing?
No,
No, we're not.
we're just putting that in there in case I'm not on the select board and I get hurt, you gotta pay me. So I can work this comp.
Yeah, and when we were doing this, John was in the hospital and so we didn't know if we were gonna use John as the uncompensated interim acting road commissioner.
Yeah,
So we decided to put it in just in case we needed.
so I personally feel like
Go back to.
just how I'm feeling. I don't wanna jinx myself. I I personally, we can go back to the $100, but. Unless you're planning on getting rid of me come June.
So
I think,
could you explain? So.
Well, if I die.
No. Um. You don't have to be compensated if you're the select board, but otherwise.
yeah, you can't be, technically, he can't be the road commissioner.
I-
Select board members cannot be the road commissioner.
And so you could be the temporary acting road.
Right, but if for
commissioner.
some reason I quit the select board, they then could pay me a stipend of $100 a year, and then I would fall under the town's workers' comp if I slipped and fell off a bridge or something.
Or
Crack my
road
head.
or into a culvert.
Yes. But I think we can go back to the $100,
I won't argue.
huh?
I won't argue.
And
Excellent.
if something weird happens,
Tell it, it's a vote of confidence.
if something weird happens, you're gonna have to find $3,000. somewhere.
That's right.
So we're taking out 3,000.
And
29.
the 100,
And
returning.
it goes into the 100.
Okay. What else?
Well, I can't really speak to it, because as Jeff said, I was flat on my back when this was put together.
And to be frank, this is probably the most,
Coward.
swag budget that we've got in here, because he wasn't here to advise us, and we've always relied on him. So it was us just going, well, that looks about right.
Is swag a term of art?
Scientific is the wild ass guess.
That's right. Scientific. Wild ass guess. You've probably heard the term wag. This is a wag, which is a wild ass guess. But
This
a
is-
scientific one means you find a little bit of something more to it than just guess.
But the snowplow contract, which is 230,000 of the 449, that's a fixed price, we know
Right,
that.
yeah.
So that takes a lot off the table, so to speak. The general paving is 150. I got an estimate to pave Grierson Road a few weeks ago, and it came in like 138. But the way things are going with fuel, because if you think about it, in paving, it's in the product, it's in the transportation, and it's in the making of it, because you gotta heat it up. So we may decide not to do anything if
Yeah.
stuff goes crazy. Or maybe hopefully the fall or something. So that 150 is about right. And you take out those two items, there isn't a lot left, but we've been doing a lot of culvert and ditching and berm work, which will save your roads, gets the water off the road. I don't know, because over the years, the berms build up from the sand and salt, and it traps the water and keeps the roads wet underneath, and they destabilize them. A lot of that, I mean, I don't know if anyone's been down Hayden Point Road, but last summer, we really did a lot of work down there. Cause the water, it was just soaked in the spring. So most of this relates to that, ditching and berming and brush removal. We did quite a bit on Grierson Road Westbrook Street of the lower brush, and we're hoping to do some of the higher brush this spring. So that's sort of the general overview. I'm getting a lot of positive compliments about where the roads are now compared to 3 or 4 years ago, so. I don't have any more details.
I have a question about Calic.
Yeah.
Just the line in, and there's a sort of 1248, then 5917 pale letters, and then $8,000.
Where
I thought Calic was our snowplow company.
He is, but he also does a lot of work. I don't know
And
how, Terry, you'd have to help me with that.
I mean, he did come down and move a
Calic.
stone for me. I guess
Bottom line
he
of
told
the
Calic to come down and move some great big
contract
stone after
is
somebody
real
knocked
close
down
to
the
the bottom.
mailbox and knocked down the stone wall.
No, I didn't.
Where it says.
And then
Calic, but
somebody,
it's not on
Calic
the
showed
sheet.
up and
This
he
is
did
Kellic,
put everything
yeah,
back
and then
together.
under, through February 2026, 5917.
Yeah, but ideally that
Does
$8,000
that mean
should
that's
be
what we've spent?
spread around. I mean, we don't,
February?
It really should go to the function, not to the person.
Right.
It's in this year's actuals?
In
Yes.
this year's
Yes.
actual, it's about 6,000. In what we are proposing, it's 8,000. And I don't remember exactly why.
But I
we did
would,
that.
I would
But
submit
I hear you,
that,
it's different things.
that 8,000 should be spread around, spread amongst the,
Why would it be light blue?
I don't even have anything in color.
huh?
I don't even have anything in color.
Under contract, it's just,
Under, yeah. It's 8,000. Church.
Is that-
Kind of thing.
Is that for the crosswalk?
Came down Waterman Beach Road and cleaned up a whole bunch of stuff.
I don't put that on.
No, he does a lot of stuff. I don't know why. We've never, it's always been allocated to whatever the function.
Right.
I don't-
Maybe it's just
I can't
on
explain.
my computer.
Did we put some money in for the crosswalk? Do you have money
I
in?
do have 8,000 on my, I don't have it in my computer.
Your computer's acting weird.
It's this spreadsheet. We need a new one.
Yeah.
We sure do, because this chart of accounts has just been
Yeah.
killed.
Are you doing most of it on your desktop and then for some reason it's just not on there?
No, I do it all.
You do it all on that, all the time?
You have to buy an Office 365.
So. For all we know, there's other things that didn't show up in Terry's computer.
Well,
But her totals so far have been our totals.
Yeah. Well, they should, yeah, it's gonna be weird this time.
Is your computer showing your contract services as 57,000?
Yep.
yeah, and that ditching berm removal at $8,000 is way low. I propose that we move that $8,000 to this calico, the ditching and berm removal.
Run
Or
that by me again, what was that?
I propose that we take that $8,000, this is for the select board, it's on the calic. And move it up under ditching and berm, ditching and berm removal,
And then make that 16,000.
16, yeah.
and have nothing for Calic.
No,
But it's a person, not a.
it's a person, not a function.
Right,
I don't even
okay.
know why it's on this list.
Well, it looks like maybe
You had to pay them something.
if it's
Yeah, I
light
think
blue,
what
does that
happens-
mean that we paid
He
it?
does. I think what probably happened is a bill came in and Terry wasn't around and
Didn't
Oh.
and I was in Boston and someone says,
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was bills came in and.
And they just-
didn't fall under a category, so I put it under Kelly.
yeah. But,
And California team line.
but Calic's not a function though, it's a
Oh,
person.
line item,
okay.
And that 5917 belongs in one of those categories, but
Yeah, well,
He
it's
didn't-
history now.
what else I had as a department summary.
59.
Yeah.
So you can make that as a motion?
No, I'm
Yes,
just,
you know.
no, I'm just suggesting
Oh,
it to
okay,
these two.
okay.
Get rid of the 8,000.
So
No, just move it.
There's no difference.
Yeah.
We've still saved 27.
read what your computer shows
$2,900.
for the stuff, for the stuff.
I just 2,900 they have. Help.
Okay, it still comes out to 57,000.
No, now I have 61.
Yeah, so something's wrong.
Save ourselves 8,000. No,
Because
because
it
it's
wouldn't have
person,
changed
it's not a
anything.
function. They're both gonna be in, gonna be 16,000.
But my computer didn't have 8,000, I just added 8,000.
Oh, you didn't have
My
8,000
computer
under
didn't have
Calic?
8,000.
Oh, it did?
No,
Oh, that's what I was
but
asking.
it's on the
No,
fridge.
no, I mean, in your computer
It said 57.
for the
until-
contract services.
Until I added the 8.
Yeah, see,
Wait a
so.
minute, you mean the 8 was not added to the total?
Wow.
No, I
Okay. Get our.
Let's check something.
Terry,
No, 50 even with the 16, it comes to 57.
Yeah,
So
so,
the 8 was in there.
so the 8 is in there somewhere.
maybe you just
Yeah.
can't see it.
My computer doesn't have the same numbers
Yeah, you can put,
as this spreadsheet. But it has the same total.
That's fine.
But the.
so what does your computer have? I thought we already spread this 8,000 around, you and I.
That,
Well, we must have,
that
one.
might be.
I wonder if we did it, and I didn't save it, but that doesn't
Oh.
make sense.
Or you did, and it's in there, because what we have might be different from what in the subs. You know, under install culverts, ditching and burn.
Cause I remember having the same discussion with you or somebody saying Calic isn't a
Right,
function, it's a, And I think,
Do you want to just go down the list
Yeah.
real quick? So what do you
Yeah.
have for install culvert?
Yeah,
I have 15,000 on my computer.
that works,
That's what we
yeah.
have.
Ditching,
I have 12,000 in my computer, but the spreadsheet says 8.
okay.
And now it's
Yeah.
on to 16.
Okay.
You put it
And
in.
now we're gonna make that 16?
Yeah.
Wait a minute,
Well,
wait.
Good job.
Yeah, not yet, not yet.
go down,
Okay,
12,000, you have the ditching, bushing.
19.
there you go.
Yeah, that was it. We already spread it around.
Yeah, so it's already been spread.
So which
Yeah.
numbers do you
Well,
want?
the more I think about
The
it.
ones that are in your computer
Okay,
to begin with.
So
Well,
tell us-
no, I know, the more I think about it, the more I look at it, put the whole eight under the
Okay.
bitch, ditching and burn.
Okay, all right. So
okay, so add 8 to
Yeah,
12.
and then take the four
No.
out of the,
Yeah. So
Add
then it's
8 to
back
8.
Okay, so I'll get 16.
and then make the next line 15.
Okay, I'm lost.
57,000.
Yeah, he's
That's it.
clear. And then
Okay.
that's it.
15 for brushing and limbing, right?
Yes.
And then it's 4, 2, and 5.
4, 2, and 5.
Correct.
Right, but
Yeah.
then what about, is it
Okay,
15
how
for
it is.
culverts and then 16 for
Yeah,
ditches?
15,
or
16, 15.
Yes,
4, 2.
So then that 8,000 comes out of Keller, right?
yes.
yeah.
Okay. That's your.
It's 57, my job.
He's like,
So,
I mean,
What you and John did happened after you printed
and
these, I
that's
suspect.
2016, okay, get rid of this line.
I just want to say I was very happy. I had to go back and forth to Owl's Head all the time this winter. And every time I crossed the line, I feel good about being a South Thomaston resident
They do
because the
take care of
roads
it.
were clear, the plowing was
What are the-
done, it was done early. I get to Owl's Head and I just slow way down.
Yeah.
With the exception of Spruce Island was sterile.
Was it?
Yes, here's that island.
Yeah.
Well, that hill's tough. Is that
No,
what
the whole road.
you- Really?
Yeah, it was
I-
terrible.
Well, I wasn't here.
No, it was
Geez, I
bad.
never had trouble with it at all.
Like that sharp curve.
Yeah, that was really.
That was terrible.
Really?
Yeah, actually all the way.
They put out a, sand.
And I don't know why.
I don't know,
Every place else was good though.
yeah.
So your total, do you have a total?
4464.
446646.
So that's what the news.
I have 44954.
Then we took 3,
I took the
we
What?
took 29 out.
2,900 out,
Okay,
So we got what, 446,546?
446646.
646, got you.
What is it? I don't have that.
446,646 on the total line.
Because we reduced John down to 100,
Way up the top.
so 2,900 out.
Okay.
They had $3,000 in there because they thought I was gonna kick the bucket.
If we don't pay Bruce and Lewin for whatever reason, we have mentioned, what happens to that?
We'll just,
Okay.
we'll carry it forward. Or the other option is it could go in the surplus. But I'm gonna fight that.
Last several years for roads and grounds, we have, if we didn't spend the money, we carried it.
Yeah. Cause remember when Jeff said earlier, there was one disadvantage to go into a July fiscal year? Actually, there's two.
Yeah,
Contractors don't recognize July 1st. You know, whether it's June 28th or July 1st, they could care less, you know, so.
Boy, have we gotten far away from pave 1 year.
yeah.
Yeah,
Funded
well,
the
we're in
next,
pretty good shape.
but the roads are in good shape.
Yeah, yeah.
So we maybe we can go back to that.
Yeah. We had a lot of catching up to do and we had a lot of ditching and burning we'll do. We've done a lot of it. Help us.
Yes, I need a motion to approve 446646.
So moved.
Second,
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Sorry for the confusion there.
well, I'm right, got it figured out.
Well, I got thinking, wait a minute, I've had this conversation.
I'm just, there's some things that you guys said that I'm like, oh, so the ditch and berm, we've been traveling. And Cooking Road and some other roads outside of South Boston. And, we know about crossings. Just from New Hampshire, from other places, so that's nothing that. But when you come to place where it's washed out. That's what I've heard, but that's what you're saying is that it's underneath.
Well, if the ditches aren't clear and can't free flow and the culverts are blocked, the water tends to come back under the road, which makes it mushy. You put it in a non-technical term.
And then it costs you more to repave that.
Yeah.
And the pavement.
And you never get it
is
right.
Not a structural. It's not meant to be structural, it's just a coating, like
Mhm.
paint, a little thicker.
Yeah, look at that.
But it's not meant to hold trucks, loaded wheelers and stuff like that, so. Which is why we post the roads in the winter, our roads. But Dublin and Buttermilk are not our roads. I get more complaints about Buttermilk,
Right.
but it's not ours, it's the state's.
And Dublin,
Dublin, 73 and 131. Had an argument with a guy the other day, he, up at the corner of Buttermilk, he took all the stuff up the curb there and put it, the sand and stuff, put it in the road, and
I saw that.
he wants the town to come sweep it up. And I said, that's a state road, I can't go up there, and he says, well, you did it 2 years ago, I says, no, we didn't. Yes, you did. I had an argument with the guy.
Milk was definitely one of the ones that had washout.
Oh, it's terrible. I complained to Waldeboro, which is where DOT is for this area all the time.
They don't
Send them
do,
pictures.
yeah, they don't do a good job with the ditching.
No, they're struggling for help and budgets.
All right, so
Well,
no,
that's good to know in case somebody asks.
Yeah,
no paving reserve to talk about.
Nope.
So CEO and LPI.
We have to go back to this total. I don't have that total.
Okay.
No, so the 57,000 is correct, right?
We got that one.
So. I go down,
We have 100,
100,
1,500,
correct?
130,
Okay.
57,000,
Mm,
130.
no, wait a minute, what was the previous 130 you had?
It was benefits. 122 and 8,
that actually would be adjusted. But
and that's.
dropping
Oh, that's the
wages.
difference. Because we still got the old number.
My computer automatically did it.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's,
Well,
You're right.
so what are those two? FICA,
Like.
FICA and,
122. And then the Family Medical Leave Act is 8.
okay, that's where the difference is.
Alright, thinking I was crazy.
There's a new number,
there's a new number.
town roads,
446,409.
146,4.
whenever you adjust
Sorry,
salary,
repeat that?
446,409.
whenever you adjust salary and wages, it automatically adjusts benefit.
So we should probably read it.
Right, so I didn't see which line changed to do that. It was like but went to one
So here's
22,
the
right?
other question.
Mhm. And then the other
Why
one,
the
It went to
wages
8, it was actually,
15,000?
it's what it was under the department head column.
but that's what it is.
Oh,
There's,
that's,
And that's what it
there's
is gonna
3
be.
and then that was 1.
Oh, I
yeah,
see the select board.
wages are the guy hours
Oh, okay,
922.
or the girl.
or the girl. Are they girls?
Oh, you got someone new?
No.
We need to.
Yeah, nobody.
Yep.
So do we have,
Okay,
yeah, we do that.
Okay.
So I would like
I
to
said,
go
maybe
make a
talk to
motion
Walter.
that we
Patricia?
preliminarily accept the total town road budget of
Thanks.
446,409.
Got her issues still, I'll take.
And I
Okay.
second that.
Any further discussion? From old.
Plus you're somewhat
All in favor?
limited in what she.
What she can do,
Yeah, what she's going to do.
yeah.
All right, what's time? CEO. LPI. Are still the LPI?
Yes.
He was here today, is right.
Yeah.
We're lucky to have him.
I was gonna say.
Really,
Why did the code enforcement pay go down?
because where I'm working different hours.
For different things.
Gotcha.
I couldn't really say I was working 20 hours at code enforcement when I'm not down there 20
Yeah,
hours.
okay, got it.
Yeah, but you get phone calls and stuff,
I
don't you?
know,
What you do?
but it's
What's
just,
the L stand?
it's clearer.
License.
All right,
Life.
all right.
It's there, it's just split up, right? Your wages,
Yeah,
yeah,
some other wages are,
right,
they make less of them, is it?
oh,
Pretty straightforward.
Terry, by the way, is the best code officer we ever had.
Oh, no
Not
question.
sure about that.
And if she could,
John would order.
I won't tell my brother.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. John would argue that.
if she could dedicate,
only one.
if she could dedicate herself to that. Then, you know, junkie yards would be a lot better and everything, but it's only so many hours. I didn't realize John was your brother.
That's fine. He hated doing it. He
I know,
hated
he didn't like
confronting
it.
people, he said.
Huh?
He
He did.
hated confronting people.
Yeah.
that's-
non-confrontational.
Exactly what he told me.
He
Yeah.
couldn't handle that.
Yeah, and you gotta be able to do that.
Yeah.
Gary's really good at it.
You want to backhanded compliment?
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you calling her?
No,
Yeah.
no, she's confident.
Okay.
All right. Enough levity.
I didn't mean it as an insult. I
Is
don't-
there a motion to preliminarily approve the CEO and plumbing inspector budgets at 57,378? Second.
That's an easy one.
Any discussion? All in favor? Moving right along. Does this cover reserve? No. Planning board. Should be straightforward. Do they actually have a note taker?
No, for me.
They should
Are
have.
you volunteering right now?
No, I wanna make a general comment, how about moving to, like letting the Zoom take the notes? Because in a lot of meetings I'm in now, we let the Zoom take the minutes and then it's relatively easy they don't know who's speaking, they don't have names.
Right, and
But
and
they
they
give
just
you-
carry on. I mean, I did it the last meeting.
You did?
It was 4 pages and it was a budget, it was the workshop.
Yeah.
So
It was
then
too
you
long.
gotta go through it. You gotta go through it and,
Yeah, you sure have
but
to
you
go
can
through
pick
it.
things, I guess. I'm trying it tonight. We'll see how it goes.
Could you do it and then plug it into chat?
That's what I was, no, I'm
No,
serious.
serious, have AI,
Condense?
Yeah.
have AI give you some summary version.
Okay.
But even that, you gotta read it and correct it.
Yeah, that's
Definitely, but
easier.
it's fast.
No, I know.
Yeah, and everybody can concentrate on what's going on in the meeting as
Yeah.
opposed to having to
Well,
take notes.
Sort of, I mean, I used it for the county,
Budget committee.
conservation commission
Conservation.
quarterly meeting. And also took my own notes, and there was an awful lot, it didn't catch it all.
Yeah. It's yeah, it does
Yeah.
summarize.
It's summarized in its own words.
Can't you look through the transcripts if they really want to? Like, why does
Yeah.
I
that?
don't
No, except that we have to, yeah, that's right.
No,
We
Zoom
are,
will take a transcript, like,
yeah,
like, is there
well.
a reason it has to be summarized as notes, and we can't just give people the transcripts?
yeah, there is a requirement to at least have the motions that are made, who moved, who seconded it,
But
and
that
what
will
the
be in
vote
the
was.
But
transcript.
that would be in.
It's literally just recording everything. you
Everything
say.
that's in there.
Yeah, I don't know, something to look into.
Yeah.
And we have more technical problems with Zoom though.
Well, this is an aside, but I'm not a techie, but I think the AI that's coming along we should be more involved with AI in town business. Cause I think the ordinance review committee that we just went through, I think 90% of that could have been done by AI. So AI is good for a lot of things, and I don't think
Yeah.
we're using it for anything. And we probably ought to start thinking about that. And I think summarizing minutes is an ideal.
I used it today to build a resume for a student that needed one quickly. I just answered these questions, popped it in and spit out a beautiful resume.
Well, since we're not getting a note taker, maybe we should take that money and invest it in exploring AI opportunities or something. If we're even close to that, I don't know.
Is there?
I don't think it would even cost that much money.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I think really it's just getting
So can we
somebody.
take the note taker out?
I wouldn't do it yet.
We should test it first.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, there is no note taker.
Well, I mean.
Well,
just test the-
but if we don't have a budget for it, they can't get a note taker.
Right. With doing AI or electronically taking notes. Aren't we saying here though that somebody still has to look at it and say?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
so there could be, that could be a stipend for the person that's.
Well, I'm thinking it'd be a lot less work for the code officer who.
And that's the transfer.
Who right now is doing the minutes.
Doesn't somebody have to check the note taker's notes anyway?
Yes,
Not if it's a transfer,
Yeah,
but I'm trying to, like,
Yeah.
the transcript will literally, it will literally write down everything that we say, every single word.
yeah. Once in a while, make an error and it'll have, take a weird word and
Yeah.
put in another word, but
If it doesn't understand you, if you're
Right,
mumbling or something like that,
Well, I
yeah.
was wondering
I
about
guess
the mumble.
I mumble.
somebody would have to, I guess, look through it for that, if that really
Yeah.
can, but I feel like that's a. I don't know, how pretty much of an issue that is.
Well, I don't think we're gonna solve it tonight.
No,
yeah.
No,
But
But it is something.
Make sure it's like.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna be my life very much.
Make somebody's life easier.
Well, we got the new town clerk coming and at the select board meetings, it's very hard to participate in the meeting if you're taking the notes.
It is. But the plus about Zoom is you can go back and see what you missed,
Yeah,
yeah.
but, yeah, and I have it going here. This
you
is
have
what
it
happens
taking
tonight.
taking minutes right now?
Yep.
Great.
oh, good.
I didn't
See
know.
how it
Write
works.
about itself. So is there? Does it just come with the Zoom? Is
Yes.
No
Yeah.
charge?
Yeah, you just put,
Every time, yes, when you turn on the Zoom, it'll say, do you want AI to assist you? And yes, and then you can have it say you want it to take minutes, full draft, you can ask it to do various things. It's all when you set up that Zoom.
Wow.
How does it deal with, like, in this meeting tonight, many times, people, there's been more than one person talking. How does it deal with that?
Poorly probably, but,
Yeah.
but the main thing is it doesn't know who's speaking,
Right.
right? It doesn't know that that's John, what John Spear said, and that's what
Ah.
Sandra said. It can't identify the voices
Yeah,
by the
okay,
names.
yeah,
There are, Zoom maybe can't, but there are transcripts like Otter or Apollo or
That are
different
doing it.
things that are, yeah.
You put in the names and you do a voice check?
It is, well, it usually picks up the microphone of whoever's speaking, and if that microphone is associated with. But if there were like a whole bunch of us, I guess it might.
That's if everybody's on Zoom.
Right.
If you're in a meeting with this many
Yeah.
people who are not on Zoom, it can't identify us
Yeah, right.
with a computer.
nothing's ever easy.
I'm really enjoying, Claude.
You're using Claude?
Yeah,
ChatGPT, go to Claude.
I started with ChatGPT plus more.
Is that free?
Well,
No,
that's $20 a month.
that's,
though.
Sam Altman's,
And Sam
chatbot.
Altman's ChatGPT.
oh, no, yeah.
Yeah, he's the one that they tried to blow his house up last night. Right?
Yeah.
What?
Wow.
Who's they?
A
Yeah.
20-year-old doomsday.
Oh, the infamous they.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Luddites.
No, yeah, this, I mean.
We digress.
Attention.
Okay.
Yes, we digress.
Let's approve the, planning board's, budget.
I make I move to preliminarily approve the total planning and expense budget of 2,315.
Second.
Discussion? All in favor?
Right.
Street.
There's a controversial subject.
Only been 2 failures.
I know. I was being sarcastic, it's not controversial
Anymore.
anymore.
Does that mean Terry's come over from the dark
oh,
side?
no,
And digress too bad, but we changed how we're monitoring them now. We don't.
Yeah, we don't.
We don't.
You're not doing it. Right?
Yeah, so any
We
fails
crowdsource
have
it.
to be reported. And then they get fixed, so,
But that's the way we did it for 40, 50 years.
yeah,
so.
exactly.
No one mentions it, it wasn't too big of a.
Yeah, it wasn't too big a problem, nobody.
Can I make a motion?
Yes.
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion to preliminarily approve the total streetlight budget of $3,500.
And then second,
So that loan was paid back last year.
I believe it's paid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
October or so.
It's another thing you can't hang with anymore.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Allow me to ask you sometime what problems you have, and I didn't realize there was a lot of problems. Not that.
Problems with what?
Streetlight,
The transition.
not tonight.
I was just totally against it.
I know. But you said that you haven't come over from the dark side, so.
Oh, I still don't agree with it. Should have been like St. George and CMP would still be taking care of everything. But would still have LED lights.
Yeah,
Did you find it?
Yeah.
Okay, town landing. This does have a reserve associated with it, yes? Yes.
$5,000, that's good.
yeah, Patriot.
Well,
Let's see.
that's it. Does it have a reserve?
Yeah, if there's a town landing reserve,
yeah,
Oh.
that's the one they borrowed from to buy the fire truck.
right. One of them.
Yeah, it's still be paid. Anything of note?
Striping,
Pardon?
striping the parking lot,
Yeah.
which is the increase here. What did, remind me again what the wages go to? This one?
If we need.
Oh, they would have been, like Tyler and I rebuilt the float. I didn't get paid, but he did. One of the floats. Sweeping up, cleaning up, picking up down there. People are always leaving the strangest things down there. That type of stuff. Of course, I don't have him anymore, but I'm hoping to get someone like him. Rope, people leave rope there.
$5,000 through that tiny little parking lot.
Yeah, that seems like a lot.
I thought we got it, didn't we get it?
Where that number came from.
Did you get it from a Dawson?
I didn't get that number.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
it was on,
I mean,
somebody else got it and put it in,
well,
it was underground,
So this.
building and grounds.
Put it from
$5,000 for striping.
striping. So
No,
way back, one of my
They
first
were long.
town
do it
meetings,
for less.
a budget committee member who shall remain nameless tried to have $250 taken out of the budget that was allocated to stripe that parking lot. And so that person made a motion, there was no second.
That's.
Yeah, I think you do, Jeff.
That too.
But $250, that's what was in the budget, like
Yeah.
less than 10 years ago
yeah,
for striping.
I don't know where the $5,000
Well,
came
the
from.
striping for I just went back to the roads, town roads, and the striping for that is 5,000.
Yeah, that's a lot different though. You just-
Yeah. Well,
I was making a comparison.
Yeah, but when you're
Yeah.
doing little,
But how many lines are they making?
I know it's such a small.
Don't they just do that, the part
no,
by the,
no, there's like over towards the,
and the parking spaces.
yeah, the parking places where they're supposed to put the trailers. Where the sign's up and turn the other way.
So it's two colors, they'll be yellow and then
Yeah.
white, which,
And you gotta lay it out, that's much trickier than road striping.
Do you
Particularly
have
if
to
the
do
road's
that
been
every year?
striped before.
no,
Yes.
we haven't done it for quite a while.
a long time.
But I do think 5,000 is too high.
I'll call it
What's
Dawson.
the contract?
Well, probably a Dawson.
Yeah,
The road
We
stripers
bid it
don't tend
out.
to do that stuff. But Adolphson is, they're up in Union, they do parking lot and stuff.
They probably do it with a small handheld,
And they have to do it at night, so it's probably a premium for that.
like they do fields and
Yeah.
stuff. I said they probably just have a
Yeah,
walk behind,
yeah,
but they do it with.
I think it'll lay it out and
I think we could easily put that 2,500 and still have a road.
okay, go ahead. That's good by me.
2,500.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's high too, but sometimes I get shocked.
Yeah.
So you're taking it down to 2,500?
Yes, by 25 to 20.
Although in this category at all, in this item, it almost doesn't matter, because what we don't spend goes back into the reserve. The reserve is funded by all the boat excise tax. All the boat excise tax that we've collected for the past, what, 15 years, 20 years, Terry? It goes into that reserve and then we just
Okay,
spend.
I'll make a
What we
motion
need.
to preliminarily approve a town landing budget of $8,934. Which is the
With the 2,500. Is there a second?
Can you say the number again?
8,934, it's the,
Yep, less.
just minus the
25,
2,500.
Yep, okay.
Oh, I even match.
No FICA?
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
And so the reserve. That number is larger than what we normally bring in. So we're putting zero into the town landing. And we may end up having to pull some out. To cover, but again, it's it doesn't make a whole lot of difference.
So the number that's right beside town landing reserve, that 47,575 is what's in there right now.
That's what's in there right now, except that
Oh, no, you don't have to be specific. I'm just making sure
Yes.
I'm
So
understanding.
if we end up needing.
And what is the
that,
ask
we have it.
meaning next to that number?
that's money that came out to pay for the fire truck and that's the account that money's going back into.
So it, even with the money taken out, it still has 47,575. Is that-
I think
so
that's
that-
after the money's taken out.
That's not, I was gonna say, that's not an actual balance, maybe an actual cash balance.
Yeah.
But given the money that's owed back from the town for the fire truck, it's a lot more than that, isn't it?
Yes, it's owed back.
Well, then let's spend lots of money striping.
I thought it was like,
129.
yeah, I thought it was more like 130,000.
Yeah, that's down and then,
Oh, I see.
and money going the other direction.
Right,
So it's like a $177,000, $6,000.
So we don't have.
yeah,
to-
it's a lot of money.
It's a lot.
Like I said, it's all these boat excise tax for the past probably 20 years. Less what we spend on the landing.
And it goes somewhere else.
Well, the theory was when they did it years ago, well, town meeting changed that. But the theory was when they did it years and years and years ago, it would serve as a matching grant or something if a piece of shorefront property came up for sale that the town was interested in. But nowadays, that's
Yeah.
not enough money.
Not enough to buy.
It's like 1%.
Well, there is on the, somewhere in the archives, in the shelves here, at least 2 studies for, doing something with the Smith property,
Yeah,
which would have come out of that.
but yeah.
A different Smith property or the one that's
The
now?
one that we bought, so.
Oh.
Yeah,
He
not
owned.
the forest,
Not the
Right.
forest preserve.
different Smith.
Different Smith,
That's what she was asking.
Oh.
yeah.
She was.
Nelson Smith's dad.
Nelson.
Between the,
Gig store,
between the hot dog stand and.
I mean, not gig store, gig inn.
What is
Yeah.
this? And we own it? And
Yeah, there was a little piece there that we didn't own, the gig end owned it, Smith.
Or gig, yeah, gig
on
inn.
the gigs side
Between,
or on the land?
between the Lions Shack and the
To the right, if you look at.
waterway, not going to the shore, but towards the bridge. We
Okay.
didn't own that.
Yeah, and the
And-
shack actually sat on a portion of it as well, so.
And he came
It
to us
wouldn't be any
before,
good to anybody, right? It was just a small scratch.
well, access would be an issue. You'd have to go
No,
either over.
not having it is a problem, but
Right.
it wasn't something that the owner could do anything with.
Other than hold it over the town's head,
Yeah,
which is what
Great.
Nelson's dad actually did.
Gray.
For years, Gray.
Remembered, yeah.
yeah. Cause someone got up at town meeting and said, that's, I don't know what it was, something per acre. And I said, we're not buying a potato field here. We're buying a unique piece of property that
And
abuts us, and
Mhm.
so they bought it. It's a good thing to have, I think.
Yeah.
It rounds that property out nicely down there.
So there's nothing.
And we still have the granite from the bridge.
Yeah.
'Cause that was intended to be used as part
You'd
of the
be,
renovation.
you'd be surprised how many people have offered to
Oh,
buy
yeah.
it.
I drool every time.
It's earmarked.
I get it.
Okay. Do we have to take action on that, Rita?
zero.
Can we throw the chair away tomorrow?
That's great. Where did that one come from?
I don't know, but
It's up in the office.
Yeah.
weeks like crazy.
I was trying to find you something with hands.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Um,
We're trying to find you something different tomorrow.
I'll go to Goodwill, see if I can find another one of these.
All right, general public safety as opposed to
Fire and.
fire and ambulance public safety. Page 23.
What is general safety?
You're about to find out.
It's right here.
It's all things that you can call public safety that can be
Oh,
categorized
this
as
is going up.
fire and
Yeah,
ambulance.
and it's actually.
When we get our letters from the health officer.
Yeah, he's the best buy you got though.
Yeah, he's terrific. He's
Wonderful.
terrific.
Yeah, he's $106 or whatever.
He's,
Animal control.
I'll figure.
Yeah, don't cut down. I'll send the calls your way.
So the biggest driver on this is the dispatching fee that comes from the county. And that, and it didn't actually go up that much. But last year they applied $400,000 in surplus to that budget. So this year they don't have the 400,000 to apply to it, so. It did go up a little bit, but not as drastically as what everybody's seeing, so.
Are you still on that budget committee?
Yeah,
But the tax impact was significant, is that what you're saying?
yeah, well, this line here is up significantly and the overall tax impact is gonna be
Yeah.
higher too. But there's not, and I'll give it to her later. They haven't finalized the dispatching fee. So it's gonna be somewhere around $80,000. It is the first night of the budget meetings. It was the longest that we dealt with any of the department heads. And it was the most contentious, and it is the one that everybody said was too high. So if that one survives, I would be surprised. But we won't know for another month.
Have they got all their problems straightened out?
Yes, yeah, and that's to digress a little bit, but that's one of the issues is that they have now fixed almost all the issues. They're full up on their people. They're asking for 2 more people to get them to the right place that they need to be. They made a very convincing argument. The problem is that a lot of people on the budget committee don't understand what happened 2 years ago. And so they see this huge increase over the last 3 years. And they don't understand that 3 years ago we crashed. And it was because we didn't throw enough money at it. And so So that's why it's very contentious.
So this is all about the RCC.
This is all, that's what this line is, that's communications to RCC.
So just to understand, so this is the county manages all the calls and then dispatches emergency medical?
Yes, correct.
Which is relatively new. 12 years?
2001,
Oh, really? I guess it's not as relative as I thought.
started doing it in 2001.
Really? What has life done?
And so the big discussion was that there were now several people who wants the county to figure out how to regionalize and join with Waldo and Lincoln to drive down the costs. Good idea, except that it's a state-run program. The state wanted to go from the 26 we currently have to 7, and the towns and the county fought it. So, and when they, in 2001, when they went from each town having their own dispatch to this communication center, regional communication center, the towns fought it. I mean, it was a knockdown, drag out fight when it happened. And so now to say we want more regionalization, I just don't see it floating. And I got on my soapbox and told them, I strongly believe in regionalizing, but in the state of Maine, it's a nasty word. And if you want this to happen, the towns are gonna have to make it happen, period. But
When Waldo was covering that, how was that?
terrible.
Cause I mean,
Everybody, all the feedback was it was bad. Not just from the first responders, but also from the public who was significant delays. And when the first responders showed up, they didn't have all the information that our dispatchers would have had. So there was a huge communication gap. That was not a successful operation.
Actually, it got so bad that I remember Rockland at one point was talking about creating their own dispatch
Right.
for the city and still paying the fee to the county. I mean, they would have had to, so that's how bad it got.
Knox County's doing well.
Yeah, the RCC now is, people are happy to go there. They're manned fully with what their current requirements are, and they want to hire 2 more people, to get them. They've got a new director down there, from out of state, a lot of experience, and she's shaking things up down there. And, so I think they're on the right track personally, but again, it's a huge increase, but it was primarily because short-sighted last year, they applied too much surplus to it. Where have we seen that happen? So anyway, yeah.
so. Can I have a motion?
So there's no change. No numbers.
Nothing, no.
Okay. So I move that we preliminarily accept the figure of 101,225. It's in the public safety.
Or a second? Second. Is there any discussion? All in favor? Thank you so much. Page 37. I don't know about you, Jeff, but I still feel guilty about being mean to Betty when she came in for her last go around and appealing for this reserve.
Yeah, and this is one of those that we're recommending putting $1,500 into it, which will bring it up to 30,000. And I'm comfortable with having a target of 30,000. I am not comfortable with just keeping adding to that. So we didn't add to it last year at all.
It doesn't solve big disaster problems, and it was never intended to do that. And you know, it's like. The firefighters come out and clean up after a major storm, so this can be used to pay them. Or, and hey, Jeff, you have, you know, more ins and outs of this than I do, but,
Yeah,
this is one of those, it was a good idea when it started. And it was sold very well,
yep,
and
but it was only, initially, it was only gonna be $5,000, I think, or maybe 10. But then they kept adding to it, and so it's,
Do we have an idea of what we're thinking it would?
yes, some emergency happens that we think we're gonna get reimbursed by EMA or from, you know, either the feds or the
Like a
state.
storm,
Yeah, so this will allow us to mobilize initially, and because almost all of those are reimbursements.
right?
So you have to spend the money to get the money, so all this does is allow us to get a head start on that. So, but we lived a long time without it, so.
So is there anything we could do preemptively then, like reinforcements and things like that? Before the disaster happened?
They actually, EMA has grants that you can get specifically for shoring up.
Right, and do they, like, would it be, could this be used as a match or something like that?
Yeah, and it could be used for something like that. Yeah, that's another possible use for it.
And where would you be thinking that we would need to shore up?
Well, we got two grants just a couple of years ago, right by Adrian's house, where the road almost undermined and washed out, and down by McClellan's,
Sure.
where the rocks this size were on the other side of the street. And it really destabilized that rock bank and so we got grants for both, actually more than
More than
what
we-
it costs us to do it, because you gotta give them an estimate, and if it's under a certain amount, they lock that number in. And then if your actual is actually less, they don't change their number.
Yeah.
Which is the stupidest thing in the world, but we'll take it.
And those, most of those grants. You can't just say, oh, I think it would be a good idea to shore up in this area. You've got to show a history of issues there and problems there. So they're not easy grants to get, most of them. A lot of documentation you've got to go through to get them.
They're easier to get if you only wanna put it back the way it was.
Correct.
They're harder to get if you wanna beef it up, make
Make
it,
it better.
so, we just did it the way. That it was, although for some reason it looks like it's 2 or 3 feet higher there, I don't know why.
It's a little funny. A little bit.
But I didn't measure it, so.
So,
You can still see over it, it's a good thing.
Okay,
so. those
settled,
dams,
it's settled.
like 2 years ago, whatever it was, those huge storms, how do we deal with them? How did the money come in time to do whatever we needed to do?
We absorb the costs,
Well,
and most of
we
it
didn't
is-
do the work for the next summer, till the next summer.
Well, the initial,
Yeah.
the emergency responses to it are absorbed by EMA, fire department.
Right.
In some cases, EMS and the police, but, so we absorb those costs. And then if they come down, we declare it an emergency, then they come down and say, what did you spend on this? And so there's a lot of documentation on how many firefighters we sent, how long they stayed there, and
Yeah.
what equipment we used, and then they reimburse for that.
Yeah, like the one down, the washover in Plumes, one of the fire department guys actually took his pickup truck with a plow on it and plowed the rocks off the road. That was amazing. He didn't charge us either.
So can I have a motion to fund the reserve, emergency disaster reserve to the tune of $1,500?
So moved.
Just that item?
Yeah,
Yes. Second.
thank you. Any discussion? All in favor?
And I hate to do this at the end of it. I didn't see solid waste on our agendas at all, on any of the agendas.
Say, I didn't do the agenda, so I should have looked better. Wow.
So But my recommendation is that we decide either to do it tonight or to do it Wednesday. It's tomorrow night's fire, right, I don't wanna do it then.
And we got our selectmen's meeting too after the budget run.
Yeah,
Tomorrow night would be good.
Pretty straightforward, isn't it?
it is pretty straightforward. So if you're interested and willing to do it, it's page 29.
Might as well, if everybody.
Get out of here
Yeah.
under 2 hours.
Yep.
But I don't know, it's
Solid.
strange.
29
But at the town road.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, this includes the transfer station as well as our, what we refer to as the stump dump. That doesn't take any stumps. So the wages are to pay Dana. We're getting actually a pretty good deal here.
I hope he's feeling good.
Yeah,
Me
any
too.
word on him?
I haven't heard any.
No, he was in the hospital.
Oh.
We closed for 2 days over here because we got nobody. I stopped one day.
I was joking with my husband, because when he drops the off, we always talk to Dana.
Yeah.
And said, do you wanna take his place for a little? I said, they gotta close because they can't have anybody to.
Yeah, he's in the hospital, or he was. I don't know if they figured out what's the matter. He did have someone trained to help him or sub, and he moved away.
Last year was kind of an experiment on our stump dump.
Yes.
John instituted some new procedures and processes, but most of it is on the revenue side of the house. But we did things a little different. We're not burning it all. And most of the stuff gets put into the big bin and then crushed. So there's time involved and contracting involved in doing that, but so the cost associated with it is probably fairly accurate to the new procedures. But the revenue side of it, I think we made more money this year than we had so far anticipated. So there's gonna be some extra revenue on that side. And the stump or the transfer station, which is run by a board, which has 2 members from each of the 3 towns. Once again, they kept their rates exactly the same, so there's no change, so that's happened 3 years.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And I'm convinced, one of the reasons is because they raised the cost of stickers to $50, and this particular year is one where we will be selling stickers, so. But the other thing was that the previous one was kind of inflated because there was money to do a huge renovation. So for like 3 years in a row, 4 years in a row, the amount they were charging the towns was primarily to do the renovations. So right now, they're still kind of living off of that elevated cost that's associated with it. Although, as you would know, everything is going up as far as hauling trash and transportation of trash. And even Eco-Main's costs, we just signed a new contract with them, and so those have all been elevated. So in this year, it's absorbable. I think if we stay the same next year, there's probably gonna be a modest increase. But Cushing now wants to join the 3-town co-ops. And every way we've recalculated that, them joining is going to save each town money. So they're about the same size as us, people wise, so it would take what we're currently costing, divided amongst 3 towns, divided amongst 4, probably an increase of about 15% in the workload. But not everything goes up 15%. There's some costs or overhead costs that'll stay the same. So I anticipate if there's an increase in the cost, that it'll be absorbed by the fact that Cushing's probably gonna join.
What's feedback on this, on the, service, number one, and also on the, renovation?
Lots of positive feedback on the renovation. There's a couple people who are rubbing customers wrong, I think is the way to put it. And there's what, 5 different workers down there. And one of them, I think, is causing most of the concerns. And we're redoing how we're doing it, so and they just opened up the swap shop down there. If you haven't seen that, that's a huge bonus down there. And,
So when would Cushing go, if that happens?
well, it's a huge process because it's a cooperative with it's an LLC basically so all of that would have to change. All the towns would have to agree to let them in. So I don't see it happening anytime during this year. I anticipate at our next town meeting, that it'll be on the agenda to let them in. The only thing that's holding it up, and we can allow Cushing to use us, if they're willing to pay a certain amount, and we can do that as a board without town approval. But if we're gonna actually make them part of the team, we'd have to get town approval and have to rewrite the agreement. The sticking point right now, and the only reason they have not left is Waldeboro, because they don't have their own stump dump. And so Waldeboro has the stump dump, and it would cost them too much to build one. So right now, there's proposals to create one stump dump for all 4 towns. And I think if we get that resolved, then Cushing will be in like Flint, so
And where might that go?
that's a very good
That's
question.
a good question.
Because right now, Thomaston is running with building this centralized stump dump and have a whole lot of things, moving pieces that are coming together, and they want to move ahead. But their idea was to put it in the transfer station, and there's no room in the transfer station.
But no brush,
Yeah.
no brush.
Right, yeah, it was just gonna be, yeah, that's right. It wasn't gonna be stumps or brush.
And we can do that. We're under no obligation to provide brush
Right.
disposal. We are the other waste, solid waste that goes out, but I don't know how people
Contract
would
waste.
take to that. And then if we still have to do brush, we still gotta have Dana 2 days a week out there, so, you know.
But yeah, there's not a lot of advantages for us if it's where they're talking about doing it right now. And I can tell you that the board is dead set against, they've thought about doing this several years, several times. And have determined that there's just no place on the current footprint for the transfer station to do it.
They would do that.
But that's what Thomas wants. So just so you know, there's a big brouhaha going on right now because Thomaston kind of started running with this when the board had not approved it. They got out ahead of their skis. So bottom line is $334,090, which is, I think, less than last year.
Well, the disposal fees are
Yeah.
a lot less since we instituted
Yeah.
you gotta live here or you gotta have whatever it is.
That's great.
They're way down.
Yep.
And that happened almost immediately when we made the changes.
Yeah.
So I'll make a motion to preliminarily approve the solid waste disposal budget. $334,090.
I second that.
Any discussion? All in favor? Jeff, thank your fellow board members for keeping that transfer station flat.
Skip Connell is our other town rep.
He's quite involved.
He is.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's basically the,
Part-time job.
he's the one that has direct contact with the folks that are doing the work. more than any of the rest of it.
Staff,
Gets his hands
staff.
dirty.
Yeah, he,
Well, Dave's pretty good, isn't he? But-
oh, yeah, he's the lead right now,
Yeah.
so he's kind of stepping.
The crew that got down there lately is fantastic.
Yeah.
On the transfer station, and polite and helpful.
Yeah.
Only one that never seen.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. There's only one person I've heard negative comments about. And I think they may have just got her.
Chairs.
Yeah.
No, there's one guy.
So somebody.
And without objection, the select board is adjourned at 7 o'clock.
I haven't heard anything. I've heard three different comments. On just.
Tomorrow we're gonna. I never seen it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't.
Logistics to find out, I'm like.
That's the only comment, yeah.
Found out, goes by the state.
And I sometimes just recycle.
And as a general person, but what you don't realize that. And we had the same in the same jump here, schools, it's like that every year. And they don't want to pay for it. Yeah. One thing, wow.
Yeah.
Nine.
Yeah.
Did you use Word email?
No. I use the one I've had to get.
Yeah.
Penny and everything. And I said that.
All right.
If Anna and Terry have run several times.
Is there any
Might not have
reason
got
why
I
you skip the pages where it's worth the.
Paul King. Stone, ocean view was pushed up,
Little ones.
he said, that's penny 4 or 5 an hour. Doesn't call them back.
Oh, that's why.
We call it.
So we're not here
The office,
5 hours one night.
the office, came online,
Tried to be here on time.
yeah, good to be here.
Now, we're being on.
Yeah, there was a time there when I wasn't sure I'd be at this, but.
I talked to Chief
Yeah.
Yeah, at the budget meeting the other time.
But I'm well now.
He was extremely concerned
I just spent so much time on.
and, because she didn't know who was doing what. And I think they had, I think the county had decided just to abandon that project.
Okay.
And I said, don't do that yet. I said,
Well, my son,
all I ask you to
he had a
do
brain.
is,
He's fine.
um,
20 years.
if either
But.
side of this issue, because she knew immediately that there was a conflict,
I used to
surprise.
get into his.
I said, if either one of them says, I'd like to have a meeting,
Break in his legs.
Could you
They had to put pins.
at least notify the others that they're asking for. a meeting. She maintains,
And I mean, he's a
that
young guy, it's not,
didn't change the meeting.
you know, our.
It was a separate meeting,
And.
73.
just
And
with her.
you're like,
And
Which is still bullshit.
But.
I don't disagree, I don't disagree.
So he stayed with us.
Sorry,